work in, because this is like a product, right? If it's a service, we're going to work the same thing for a service. So if you're working on a service project, we will definitely be using impactful or VLV. Do you understand? So, but for
Yeah.
now, let's do a product. So, what product do you think we should work with?
Hmm. Okay. Okay. What about working on anything that concerns social media aspects?
Okay, yes, we are going to work in that aspect. I want us to work on the product first before getting into service aspect. You know, social media,
Into
blah blah blah,
services.
service. Yes, it has to
Yeah.
be service. Yes, we are getting there. Don't worry, we are definitely getting there. So let's just work on product. What's your favorite snacks? Yeah.
Okay. Small chops.
Small chops, awesome. Ha, nice and plenty when I like small chops. No, no problem. Let's get into it. Okay, so small chop it is then. And I want you to pay attention to everything I'll be saying, everything I'll be doing on ChatGPT. Like you can see my screen, right? So
Yes.
this is a new chat, like you can see. We want to start a small shop business, and you know what exactly we want to do is just to like create a banner. It is beyond that, but we'll narrow it down to creating a graphics flyer or graphics design for the small shop business, and then a product video for the small shop business. Those are the two things straight we want to achieve in today's class. Is that clear? So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to be using this is ChatGPT. I'm sure you must be familiar with it, right? Are you
Yes, sir.
familiar with it? Okay, very good, awesome. So there is a plus icon here that says add photos and files, add media from library, create image, web search, deep search, visualize, open AI platform, blah 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 blah, other applications that can work with ChatGPT. And this is just like this is an extension. You don't have to say an extension of one software I'm using on my PC. So what we want to do right here is create a business, right? Is create a business, and then there is this icon that says "will dictate." So which implies that if I don't want to type, do you understand? If I don't want to start typing, I can easily just use the dictate icon, and this is this send start voice. But once I start typing, it will change to like a send button, whatever. So I'm going to be using the dictate button. Yes, I am practically teaching you the way I work. Yes, I'm practically teaching you the way I work. At times I don't feel like typing. Do you understand? So I will just use the dictate icon. Hi ChatGPT, my name is Daniel, and I'm looking to start a small shop business, business in Lagos. And I don't have a business name. I don't know what my first goal should be or what I should do first. Can you give me a very short um, step, simple step to get started? And then I would, at the end of the day, I would like to have a product banner, right? So yeah, let's get to do that. So once I click on the text button, everything I have said, is here, right? I can decide to edit,
Yeah.
but I will not even edit because it is AI. It will autocorrect or add or remove. It tends to actually get the tone of what I'm saying, so it knows where I'm actually going to at the end of the day. So now it gives me a simple step, right? Now this is because
Yeah.
I do not have any breakdown of what I want to work on. But in a situation whereby you are working for a company, maybe a social media company, maybe whatever company you're working with, there is something you should always ask them. Maybe full time or whatever in whichever industry and whichever way. Always ask that business for their brief or the company for their brief, company brief. I believe you know what company brief is, right? it gives you every necessary information about that brand or about that company or about that business. Did you get what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it gives you the target audience, but there are some company brief some people don't know. So your company, some company brief might not actually have all of this information, but at least if we have the business thing, have the description of the business, have what their problem are, and what solution they are created to actually what counter that problem, and also maybe where their office is, just like basic information about the business or the brand. So once you have this from any company you're working with or anybody you're working with, you just need to come to ChatGPT. Hi ChatGPT, I'm working on a new project, and this is the company brief. I need you to understand what it is, and this is my role. So once you tell ChatGPT that, it is a very simple way to start. Once you tell ChatGPT that, it outlines what you need to do and where you should start from. Did you understand? It outlines
Yes,
what
sir.
you need to do and where you should start from. Just like what you are saying here now, because I do not have a brief, but I just, okay, this is what I want to do, this is what I'm looking to start, blah, 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 blah. And it is giving me a simple step. Define your small church offer, choose your target customer, create simple package, choose your business name, create the basic brand identity, that's logo and all of those things. Do you understand? So
Yes, sir.
now, what we're going to do, I will ask you to choose a business name for me. Okay, choose a business name. So we'll work with, okay, this is what it actually shows. Chop Joy, right? Okay, go with this. So now let's work on a logo design. Do you understand? So now I'm giving you this instruction. So it is working on a logo. Can you see immediately it is working on a logo for me? You get this, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's see what it will create. There is something that I usually do. Now I will have to share my own screen. I'm coming. Um, share the own screen. All right. So now this is the logo it gave to us, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and honestly, this makes sense. But the real truth is that if we had not, at first given a brief at all, and we just come to say, okay, give us the logo, it has no idea or anything. So it has also given us a tagline: little bite, big joy, and that connects with the name of the business. Did you understand? So,
Yeah.
but if on the other way around, we do not like this logo, and a as a graphics designer, as an AI graphics designer, you need to make research. You need to make research on the kind of logo that you can create for small shop business and all of this stuff. Maybe just to find an inspiration. Let me put it that way. The best way to find an inspiration is come to Pinterest.com. So just come to Pinterest.com and you can see your search icon here. You can see your search icon now. Say small chops logo design. You understand? So these are different logo design for small chops. Can you see?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So let's assume that I don't know what ChatGPT gave to us, and also uh, we want maybe something similar to this. For example, let's copy this image. We have to copy the image and paste the image here, right? And paste the image here.
Yeah.
So we can say, um, use this as a major inspiration for the brand, because in the future feeling beyond small chops, but yet we will continue okay with the brand name. You understand what I'm trying to do here?
Yes, I
Okay.
understand.
So I do not want it to narrow it down to small chops alone. Chop Joy is actually a very fine name to use for, like, a restaurant, whatever. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm trying to channel that to. So I'm gonna prompt this, and now it's trying to rework on the logo. So let's see what it gives to us one more time. Then before we finally decide to just go ahead with it or not. So from Pinterest really gives you inspiration on design. So even if you are looking for a flyer, do you understand? Even if you're looking for a flyer design, do you understand here? So you can just pick any of these and, like, okay, then you right click to copy the image. Sorry, let me ask, are you using your PC or um your mobile phone?
I'm currently using my mobile phone. My
All
PC
right,
is
great.
not available for now.
Okay, so you can do all of this. Yeah, you can do all of this for sure on your phone, on your mobile phone. So there's no restriction at all. Do you understand? So on my
Yeah.
PC, I'm just copying the file, but on your mobile phone, you will have to download the images. Maybe you want to use it for
Images.
inspiration. Yeah, you have to download it on your mobile phone. So can you see? Yeah, it improved this, but we don't actually want this logo because this is like a copyright.
Yeah.
Copyright. I only ask you to use as inspiration, not use the same design. Yeah. So now, this is what I have actually done, right? But there is something that, and this is what usually most people will do, but there is something that I have created for my students, and let me check for it here. I call it okay, I don't have it here. Let me check. I call it the prompt, the art prompt, or AI prompt rather. Let's check. Um, okay. So this is the document I've always used. I call it the what, act as prompt. So you can see these prompts. They are prompts that I have developed, especially for beginners like you. So this is like up to 21 pages. This first prompt here, you can see the prompt is saying what? Act as a senior graphics designer and creative strategist. Create bold, emotionally engaging, um, and scroll stopping flyer and social media design concept for Facebook, blah 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 blah. Do you understand? So
Yeah.
instead of me trying to, start stressing myself and, trying to bring inspiration here and there, of course we are still going to use it, but on a norm, if I'm working on a big time real life project, the first thing I will do is, after sending this brief or whatever brief you get from the company, do you know what I do next? I will come, copy the prompt. Do you understand? If I want to work on a graphic or a logo or like a content, social media content creation, if I'm working on that for any client, I will just come before I start working on them. come copy this prompt and come to my ChatGPT and paste it. Did you understand? So it's
Yeah.
that way I'm telling ChatGPT to see itself as a social media designer or a graphics designer or a creative strategist. So any information it is now giving back to me as per what I'm prompting will be top notch. It will not just be searching randomly on the internet or trying to create something just generic for me. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say here, Labisi.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So this is what I would have actually done before before I started working on this, but I just needed to take you through this phase before bringing you back to actors. So also this is not only the prompts we have here. There's also a prompt that says act as a what? A professional film
It,
producer and award-winning screenwriter. So we are going to use this prompt now when we are ready to start creating like AI stories, AI film. Did you understand? So
yes, sir.
once you use this prompt, it sees itself as a film producer or a screenwriter or a scriptwriter or anything like that in that industry. So that's that. This one we are going to use the actors prompt when we want to create UGC content. That's maybe for a product or for even a service. You know what I mean by UGC content now. Do you know what I mean? User generated content. So
Yeah, yeah, yes,
influencer,
sir.
yeah, influencer does more of this. So you just need
Yes, sir.
probably a face to like promote your product and all of those stuff. So you can easily do that with this prompt. So this is another prompt. This prompt says act as a senior SEO copywriter and conversion focused web design, web strategies. So I use this prompt whenever I want to work on a website project for clients. Do you understand? So
Yes, sir.
it sees itself as a website designer. I don't need to code. I don't need to, because I have used this prompt to channel the whole sense and energy to see yourself as a designer. Just give me what I need to put the website together. That is all. Did you get? So
Yes, sir.
yeah, there's also another prompt that says act as world class brand strategies. Yeah, I think there's also another one. In fact, there's because as I tend to work with different brands, I use all of these prompts and I also develop these prompts. So you can see this. It says what master cinematic prompts for a particular brand. So this was for like the commercial I did, yes, the commercial I did for that brand. I'm going to play it for you to see before we start, working on video on that aspect. So let's come back here. So now I want to use the prompt that says act as a senior graphics designer, right? So this
Yeah.
is the prompt. And please take note, there are some prompts that if you want to use them, they might not fit in into the industry that you are using them for. So you might need to edit. Do you understand? Because some actors prompts will carry the name of the brand and maybe a description. But you cannot just copy paste them for another brand entirely. You need to edit them to suit whatever you are working on. I hope this is clear.
Yes, sir.
All right. So I've used this prompt. You now see what the response is. You say understood. For Chop Joy, I will adapt creative strategy mindset specifically to a food business rather than copying the romance slash drama direction literally. Do you understand now? So it tells you that you now originally understand what you want it to work as. So I would say so now let's so I'm just going to say now give me the best creative um, catchy um, scroll stop logo design. unique full logo design for shop shop journey, right? Shop journey. So let's see what it will give to us now compared to what we already have before we use the prompts. This is the second thing we have, right? So, and this
Yes.
is the first one. I mean, okay, this is the first one, the second one, and then this. So let's see what we will have now after using the prompts. Let's see the difference it will make. Okay. Can you see how unique this is?
Yes.
So, no, just tell me now. You looking at this like from a user perspective, comparing this, this down to this original one. So I think I actually kind of love this. In fact, it connects better. Chop joy. You can see the kind of unique mark here, like a mouth. Do you understand?
Yes.
And like the O is smiling. So it
Yeah.
passes the message. It passes the message. So you can see the results we've gotten after all of this now. So do you have any questions so far?
Not at all, sir.
Are you sure you're getting this clearly?
Yes, sir. Very,
Uh,
very.
Great, awesome, awesome. So now let's move straight into creating um, a simple banner design, or let me say a social media post. Did you understand? So let's
Yes,
create.
sir.
So now let's create a simple. Or don't let me put that simple. If I say simple, at times it might just want to. It might not really want to give me the best or to a very professional standard level. So let's create a social media post, social media ad posts. Now, when I say a social media ad post, it implies that I'm trying to tell AI that this banner or this post we want to create, we want to use it for ads. So there is, and social media managers tend to, forget that a social media post is different from a hard creative or a hard post. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to pass here. If you are creating
Yes, sir.
a post to upload on social media, it might be for education, it might be just to pass an information. But when you are creating an ad post, it is to sell, maybe to sell the product or to sell the service. So the angle of message will be totally different from the regular post you're putting out there just to educate people, right? So
Yes, sir.
um, small shop joy. And take note that if I actually have the informations of the clients, like maybe okay, the offer, the phone number, the contact, and all of this stuff, I would just send it to ChatGPT. But since I do not have any of this information, I would just ask it to create something from its edge. Do you get? So, and you can see
Yeah.
what it gives to us. It said the concept is your cravings just found joy. Now, look at it. It is still walking around the message of the brand. So the name is Chop Joy. Now, the header concept is not just any kind of header. It still connects to the name of the business. Did you understand now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, and then this will be a supporting text like a description, and then also the CTA, order your box today. So, it explains out here before it finally go to design the ad post. It explains the branding concept. So, Chop Joy logo, at the top, use the established deep red food, and then vibrant orange identity and all of those stuff. So let's just go ahead to create. So what I'll do here is I'll click on this plus and say what? Create image. Do you understand? So I
Yes,
want
sir.
to actually, because that's giving me the concept. Without me doing, without me actually doing this, it can still create the image. Do you understand? I can just say, okay, go ahead and create the add post. So automatically, it's already understood that, okay, I want you to create the image. So let's hold on and see what comes up. So how do you see this?
Wow.
So without, this is actually without sending any inspiration. Do you know we didn't
Mm.
send any inspiration, right? So,
Yes, sir.
and yeah, so if I have sent an inspiration, it is most likely to strongly, produce that high um, output. So now let's work with an inspiration. Let's go and look for one inspiration here. Blah 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 blah. Okay, let's see what we can add. Okay, let me see. Let's look at this. Alright, let's look at this. Now, you know that I can actually get a prompt that was used to generate this, I mean, that was used to create this image. I'm sure that there's every tendency that this was actually created from scratch. Do you understand? But
Yeah.
we are not creating from scratch. We want to create something similar using AI, right? So what I'm going to tell ChatGPT first is give me the prompts in detail to achieve this eye design, high fidelity design. Do you get what I'm trying to do here? Hello, Olani. Do you get what I'm trying to do here?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's prompt. Let's send that and let's see the prompt it gives to us. So now, can you see this? The main thing to capture this reference is not the chop box branding itself, but the high energy food art composition, deep red atmosphere, oversized food photography, circular image frame, blah 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 blah. It explains everything that was used. So now,
Yeah.
for Chop Joy, I would use what? This prompt. So now, you know, this is actually how you can generate prompts yourself. So people will feel like, oh, how can you develop your prompting skill? This blah 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 blah. I'll just look at them and laugh. But truly, at some point, you need to edit your prompt. Did you understand? But if you know how
Yes.
to actually, send message to ChatGPT, it will help you redefine that prompt to suit what you want. You might not even need to touch anything there. Yes, except if I want to use this, okay, I want to use this prompt now for another brand, then I will need to edit this name, so the brand that is, doing that similar business or having that similar product, just change the name and create something more better out of it. So you can see the old prompt, detailed prompt that was given just to achieve that. Okay. So now what we are going to do is let's now use this same prompt and create something for Chopjoy. Where is okay, Photoshop? Okay. I will just open this. You understand? Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm going to now add this button and say create image, because if I did not add it, it will understand that okay, I want to create image, but it might be giving me story back first before it now go ahead to create that image. So now I don't want to, I just want to avoid that story. So that's why I'm asking it to just what apply the, you know, the activeness of creating the image straight. So let's prompt this and let's see what we have. Okay, still coming up. Let's see. Sometimes it might need to wait because what we are prompting now is a very high fidelity image compared to what it gave to us. So if you let's go back to look at what we already created before and then look at the inspiration. You can see that this post here is still kind of light compared to this. This one has so many
Yeah.
effects on the background. You know, it has so many effects on the background. So that is that is why the production might be a bit slow. So okay, so you can actually see this now. See the changes here.
Wow.
So see the changes here. Let's look at this. This is the original design, right? And this is what
Yes.
we have right now. So what do you think?
Wow.
Not just wow. So I we can still go ahead and say, okay, let's just do this one more last time. Create an entirely different concepts from the prompt, but maintain the quality and integrity of the output. You understand? You can also add maybe a black chef, black background, and then you know, um, let's see. This is just my concept, what I'm picturing in my head. Do you get? So let's see how we can develop
Yes.
it better. Yes. And then one more important thing that I missed out earlier is, you know, we didn't talk about the size. Now this is like Instagram vertical size, like a portrait. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, this is like a portrait, Instagram vertical size. But if you want something like a square, a social media, like this square now, this square here now, you can just say, okay, let's make this design a square, or let's make this design an aspect ratio of 1080 1080 uh, square square size, or you can say in Instagram Instagram square feet post. So when you say Instagram square pig post, they already know they are talking about like the square, blah blah blah, like that. You get.
Mm.
Okay, so
Yes,
now this
sir.
is what it gives to us now. So it actually changed the concept in this place. Do you understand? So we asked for a pretty lady, or didn't I state a pretty lady? Oh,
Mm.
I didn't
If
state.
it's a chef,
Yeah,
yeah, you did not.
maybe a black pretty Nigerian chef. Okay, I didn't specify maybe a lady. I thought I did. So you can see I might want to, adjust all of these stuffs, but you can see the difference between this and this. You
Yes,
get.
sir.
So and so now let's change this to let's prompt these changes. That's to make it a square size, and also um, I don't really want a dark clean design. And lastly, you should um, rather need check. Check. Okay. Looking at the camera. That's the camera. Okay. Uh, blah, 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 blah. So this is me trying to express what I want. Did you get it? So let's see the final
Yeah.
output now. Okay. Let's see. So when we do this, after something this now, then we'll go for the service.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So now can you see?
Yes.
So you can bet this is
It's
better,
well,
right?
yeah, best.
So compared to this is like too dark, and kind of seems AI.
Yeah.
But looking at this now, people can tell that might not be AI. It might be this thing might be
Mm.
AI, blah 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 blah. Because even if I'm not using AI to design this, I can get a lady like this and you know having it customized. Yes, it is usually called mock-up. Do you understand? Yes. So I can do this
Yes, sir.
without AI. Yes, using Adobe Illustrator and all of those stuffs. So now let's go to. Do you have any questions before we move out of this line?
Okay. Yeah, I have two questions.
Okay.
Okay, at first, concerning the AI models, you made
Mhm.
mention of ChatGPT,
Yes.
Gemini AI, and sorry for the last one, I did not really get
Okay, that is
the
Grok.
name.
Grok. Yes,
Okay.
I also mentioned Cloud AI.
Okay.
Yes, but for me, I honestly prefer. I know there are some more crazy uh, AI models out there, but this is what I tell people. It is not about the tools, but it is about how you can use it. How well do you understand it?
Mm,
You get so
yeah.
truly each of these tools they have like their strengths and weakness, like I said earlier. But even
Yes.
despite that, a lot of people do not know. They just use it for the regular blah 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 blah. So yeah, that's it. Right. I hope this is clear now, right?
Yeah, yeah, it is.
Okay.
Okay, before going to the second question, because I know what you said, yes, I think it's all about knowing how to communicate well with these tools, especially
Mm,
ChatGPT. I've I'm so familiar with ChatGPT that sometimes I get, whenever I'm asking it to do something, I get frustrated because it doesn't go directly
Does it go
to what
directly
I'm
to
asking. So
mm-hmm.
yeah, so I think one thing I've understand is or I understand in this class is knowing how to communicate well with it to give you what you want, and also for the prompts. I think that's a fantastic thing to learn on this class.
Exactly. It's most frustrating for that. I love that too. And that is why I've said like it is not people wanting to create stuff with AI, you want to create videos, you want to create image, blah blah blah. It boils down to okay, how well can you prompt? Do you
Yeah.
understand? Even my teaching students, even one of my finance students right now, I always say like, hey, go and strengthen your prompting. Did you get? So there was some time
Yes, sir.
recently that Grok was doing nonsense, and we have to switch to another AI model for video. That's we have to use Google Flow. There are some, like honestly, there are a lot of fantastic AI model, but what kills the users are the credits. They are too expensive. Honestly speaking, they are
Mm,
freaking too expensive. Even when you can afford them, if your prompting is not strong enough, you end up wasting your funds. Yes, you will end
mm,
up wasting the subscription and the credit. So, for you to be able to utilize the credit that you have, you must be able to, in fact, prompt very well. Even despite when you can prompt very well, it might not give you the exact. I can assure you that what it will give to you, you can what still maneuver and just work with it, and it will give you a wow output. So people will not know what you passed through to actually achieve that. So yeah, that's
yeah.
just the truth. People will not know what you passed through to achieve it. So that's that. All right, so let's do something else under service. Yes, under service. I'm going to create a new chat again, right? I'm going to create a new chat
Yes, sir.
again. So, you know what we've done earlier for Chop Joy is what we are going to do here again for um, the company you work with is VLV, right? Viva La Vida or something.
Ye-
So,
yes, sir.
have you been put to maybe any department like, okay, have you been assigned any accounts or something, or what is
Yeah,
the
I
role of
would
the chat?
working with yeah, but not like I've gotten the full description on how the job is going to go, but I'll
Okay.
be working with the social media department.
Okay. You'll be working with who?
The social media team.
Okay, you'll be working with the social media team. Okay,
Yeah.
awesome. This makes sense. So I'm actually trying to help make things faster for you so that we can narrow down into their industry. Did you get it?
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is what's gonna happen. Let's go to Instagram. Let's go to Instagram to because now we need to educate the chat what we want to do, what we want to work for, what we are likely to be doing. So ChatGPT needs to know all of this. Sorry, give me some minutes. Okay, sorry about that. Yes, so we need to go to Instagram, the brand. Let's look at what we let's just say I don't know if I remember Viva La Vida or something. Viva, okay, I think this is it. Yeah, I think this is the company, right? Yeah, I think this is it. So now let's look at something here. Did you get? What I want us to do first is let's train ChatGPT to understand what this company is doing. Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
So what I'm going to do here is very simple. Now, I do not have the I do not have the company brief. I'm putting myself in a position now, in your position. I do not have the company brief, and let me say I don't want to go and meet up with anybody, and. Hmm. So let's work for Viva La Vida. I'm going to screenshot this. I've screenshot this, their profile and bio description and all of this stuff. So I'll come to ChatGPT and paste what I have screenshotted. Do you understand? So I'll say, tell
Yes,
me
sir.
everything you can find on the internet about this company. Can you see what I'm doing? Then I prompt.
Yes, sir.
So it is what? It is searching, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now it says what? VLV describes itself as an ecosystem connecting technology, education, human, blah 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 blah. And it states that there are three businesses under Viva La Vida. This is the first one, the second one, and the third one. Did you understand? So there are three bodies. Are you getting what I'm trying to say?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now originally this is what you should find under the brief. You should find under the brief of the company. If you are asked to, okay, work on a project, start as a social media manager for Viva. I don't know wherever position, I mean department you will put you, but we need to be realistic with ourselves. So I'm assuming that you are managing VLV social media platform, and what can you do better as a social media manager, right? So now that
Yes, sir.
ChatGPT has given you the whole breakdown of who they are and everything. Okay, so let's see. Okay, this is great. This is great. Now I will be working as the social. Don't mind my typing stuff at times, though. So I might just write and send it like that. The social media manager. So something slash AI. Let's put it that way. Slash AI content creator. So now remember, I know that as a social media manager, you know your roles. Originally, as a social media manager, you know your roles. You know you need to have a content calendar, do your visibility study like your research, and from there you can start creating content that actually resonates with the target audience. I don't need to tell you all of that. So I'm going to just pick it straight. I'll tell this, okay, okay now give me so that we can be on the same page. I just want to just create something. I'm trying to screenshot that. So no, okay, that has been posted. So soon I will be taking over the do you understand?
Yes, sir.
One one graphics design. I mean graphics, two graphics content and one video. So this is a project I'm working on right now. We are going to do this right now. So based on what DLV does, you understand? Based on what DLV does, it has given us a content calendar. Do you understand?
Mm. Yes, sir.
Pillar of the content calendar. Yeah, this one is for like education. The other one is like AI and digital transformation, and the other one is like like a brand awareness content. This one is also like maybe a brand awareness content, but under AI and digital transformation. This one is like an educative content. Did you understand? So I'm
Yes,
going
sir.
now, okay, day one content, it has given us the breakdown of day one content. So this is our headline. The business may not need more customers yet. Blah 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 blah. Okay, so now for me to be able to create this content, don't forget that we already have this breakdown. Now I need to create the design. But before I start creating the design, I will tell it to also note from the screenshots I sent earlier, the branding guide. Okay, sorry, click on the brand guide and maintain basic brand identity. So I'm trying to tell it that you should pick, the brand colors and so whatever we are designing, we match with what will actually match with what DLV is or who DLV actually is. So what did it say? It says what I have now locked the existing DLV feed you provide as our workflow visual reference. Until you provide an official brand guideline with exact text, blah blah blah, then we maintain what they've seen. So what I'm going to do here is I want to copy the image, the logo, and I've created the logo and telling ChatGPT to lock this logo and use it consistently for the what for the design. This is our official official logo. Okay, I think this is identity consistent. Hello, are you with me, Olabisi?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you are saying what I'm doing clearly, right?
Very caring.
Okay. Do you have any questions so far?
Not at all, sir.
Okay, okay. So now you can see it says what locked. The uploaded logo is now the official master VLV, blah 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 blah. So that once we are creating any design now, it is that logo. Can you see? It says what? I will not redesign, recolor, distort, retype, simplify, or substitute it unless you explicitly ask me to. Did you understand? So it has registered everything I have programmed now in its memory. So let's go ahead and create um so now let's create the first content. I am going to share an inspiration and a or slash sample. So you like honestly you really need to have a conversation like you are conversing with somebody. So you don't just say, "Oh, give me this," and you expect it like that straight. You need to educate it enough to be able to deliver. You get. So now, since we've done that to this level, let's come to Pinterest and say, let's say a business post design. Let's just create like a random business post design. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So not kind of making sure that the thing fall into any kind of format, but we just want something to give it an illustration. So this as an inspiration, refers to as inspiration of quality, high grade business files. Because because so Olabisi, can you see what's happening here now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now it is going to channel the content style into the direction, but not copying the words, orange identity or layout. But for BMV, we will keep it the high-end editorial, typography, strong human, 3D visual, blah 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 like that. So now this is our prompt. Do you understand now? So now this is our prompt to
Yes,
create
sir.
this. Now before you go ahead and use this prompt, you need to go through the prompt to be sure that it has, especially when it comes to the content stage here, this, you know, this aspect, that's the content write-up that will be on the design. You have to make sure that there are no errors and it is aligning with the context at which we also represent. You understand? So once you
Yes.
confirm this, then let's copy the prompt. We'll paste the prompt here, and I'm going to click on this and say what create image. Do you understand? So
Yes, sir.
after that, you say, let's now see what we have. Okay, still loading. So how do you see this?
Oh, this is good and different.
Different, right?
Yes,
But
sir.
the only thing there is that the color,
Yeah,
the branding color palette. But if
the branding
you would
color.
agree
Yes.
with me, this, I don't know if I should, I'm not condemning, right? I'm not condemning, but looking from the professional view, it actually worked like this level. What, how do they put it? The family of this purple is lighter
Yeah.
than what we have on the logo. It matches the text.
Yes.
So that way, I'm not really saying a strong consistency. Do you understand? This is not me condemning,
Yes,
but
sir.
there has to be a very strong consistency, kind of, when it comes to if you are using gradients or and all of this stuff. So, but except if, except if originally on their brief, on the brand brief, the color palette, is the choice of the company. No, I have no business with that. Did you get what I'm trying to say? But
Yes, sir.
if we want to correct this now, for it to actually match with what we're having here, we will have to, let me screenshot this. Let me screenshot this and, okay, this is good. But brand color from the attached image, and then also include the social media. Do you understand now? So let's. This is our like this
Yes.
is like our correction now on this one. So let's see what we have next. But left to what's it called? To ChatGPT. This is the original logo. It matches up. It just matches up to picture. Or maybe the logo is just from the one I picked anyway. I'm trying to go and put the logo again. Can you see? This is the logo. So these are the logo family, even if it's the gradient. Now compared to the content, can you see there are two different things? Maybe it's my
Yes, sir.
eyes, yeah, or I don't know. You know, we have different eyes when it comes to design. Mhm. When it comes to
There are two different things.
honestly, when it comes to design, the eye I used to look at things is obviously or will not be what another person will use. But I think it is very obvious that it is not syncing, and that needs to be treated.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So now let's see the correction we have. So can you see that it is still trying to match the branding with what we have on the logo? It is not
Brand.
entirely picking
Yeah.
this. So it is fighting what I am doing right now. So the only way to appropriately correct this branding system is to get the actual color palette. I don't know if you understand what I mean by color palette. That is the street color code for the
Yeah.
brand, for the company. Okay, let me show you. Do you understand what I mean by color code?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let me let me let me generate a comment. But anyway, don't let us go too far into that. But I know you understand what I'm trying to say now. So
Yes, sir.
and now you can see that this is this is quite communicating. So your business may not need more customers yet. More customers won't fix a business that isn't ready for growth. Then the CTA fix the foundation before you scale. Blah 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 like that. So I think we are pretty much okay with this post. So from your review
Yes, sir.
or from you, what do you think? Does this look like AI generated to you?
He doesn't. It's giving the work of a graphic designer.
Okay, but honestly, Sha, if a very crazy graphic designer sees this, it is very. They are most likely to tell you that no, this is AI, and some will not
Yeah,
even be able to
that's for sure.
detect. Honestly, some will not even be able to detect. But there are some set
To
of guys.
detect,
Yeah, there are some
yeah.
set of guys I have in my circle. I have somebody that has been designing at the age of 7 years. So imagine how close he is to like there is nothing that will pass in his front that will be like now AI and I use design this thing. But it's looking nice, you know. But if he
Mm,
wants to tell you, he will tell you, oh, the typography is not aligning, this is not aligning from a deep perspective of a graphics designer. Do you understand? But
mm. Yes, sir.
on the outside, users will not know, or even designers today will not know. Yes. So I'm sure that we have achieved our aim for this. So
Yeah.
did you in any way like have a question or you need clarity? Let me know.
No, no, sir. No question.
Okay, so this is what's gonna happen, right? This is what is going to happen. I want you to go and I think your first assignment. You are going to do something on your end. Let me paste you the question. Let me paste you the second graphics content, on the calendar we generated here. So you are going to work on that one yourself. That's like an assignment for you.
Okay.
Yes, that's like an assignment. And I want something very unique. Yes, I want something very
Okay.
unique, catchy, and also solves a problem. So not just the beauty of it, but making sure that that content actually connects to the user and they understand what you're trying to pass, like the message you're trying to pass. That is the bottom line of every content. Did you understand? That's the bottom line of it.
Yes, sir.
So, um, yeah, I posted it to your chat, and I'm going to. I need you to ask. This is the second assignment. I need you to ask whoever your team leads with to ask them like they should let you know. I know you're just entering and you might still need to do onboarding and all of those stuff. But for the sake of the training, I don't really want to work outside. I don't want to work with another industry. Do you understand? I would have so much
Okay,
preferred to
sir.
work along line with you with the industry or whatever department you're put in. Then let's narrow your content to that aspect so that it will help you get familiar and make your work more easier and faster. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say.
Uh,
So you just need to reach out
yes,
to
sir.
her, like, okay, this will let you know your responsibilities, where exactly, or who you will be working with. So wherever you're working with, you know what you need to get from them, so that we will be able to work together in the space of these 2 weeks. So be it from
Okay.
graphics, from videos, we'll just channel it there. Though, of course, in between, we'll be touching out under other industries, but our primary focus will be what your industry. That's the company you're working with right now. Did you get? So that will help you get
Yes,
better
sir.
and faster. So this brings us to the end of the class today, and we're going to continue the class tomorrow. Originally, I'm supposed to give you a day off tomorrow and pick the class on Wednesday, and then maybe on Friday again. But since we did not start yesterday, we'll have the class tomorrow, and we'll also have it on Wednesday. Oh, tomorrow is Wednesday. Sorry. Hey, we'll
Okay,
have it
yes,
on
sir.
Wednesday, and we'll also have it on Thursday. Yes. So we might actually have the section early on Thursday because of my movements of transiting into another location just for that day. Yes. So, but I'm definitely going to update you. So I need you to do the content for me. Let me get the content by maybe, if possible, before the next class tomorrow afternoon. You should have done the assignments, right? I don't think that should be difficult. So, yeah.
Okay, sir.
All right. So this brings us to the end of today's class. Thank you so much, and I really do, you know, hope that you enjoyed today's class.
Yeah, yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Okay, awesome. So if there's anything you need to ask when you're trying to, go through or trying to work on your stuff, just let me know. Do you understand? And
Okay, sir.